If you missed out on the qualifying matches for these two players, I do recommend it. Again, a lot of fun, very intense games, very fast games as well, might I add. But here we go, we're jumping on in and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Leylines. We have our South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Blue Terran player, the South Korean Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Oh, yo, I see Rowdy. Good to see you, Rowdy. Good to see you. Esther Rowdy. Oh, you came first. You're so fast. Kappa. Good to see you. Good to see you. As we are setting up. Settling in. So we have initial TvT, and often these two do trade back and forth. I actually rate GuMiho's TvT quite highly. He has some terrifying Terran versus Terran. Both players can be very active, very aggressive in this matchup, and so far neither one does proxy. Our Raxes are back at home. Ooh, interesting. A 2-Rax opener though, out of ByuN. Let's go. Now, this is designed to hard counter a proxy 2-Rax, so if GuMiho was proxying, and I would not put it past GuMiho to proxy at some point in this series, I wouldn't put it past ByuN either, to be honest, but this would be a hard counter. We can see though that GuMiho is going for, ooh, a double gas opener. This is a Rax into a factory into a delayed CC. This means faster Hellion, even going reactor first as well. GuMiho, he should be perfectly fine, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult here for ByuN to get damage done with his 2-Rax Reaper. So I do favor GuMiho when it comes to these openers, as the factory is on the way. And again, with his reactor first, he'll be able to keep up production-wise with the double Rax of ByuN. A lot of it also comes down to who catches who. Ideally, you want to be more passive and more tentative with your first wave of Reapers and keep them at home. Otherwise, you might be caught with your pants down. As ByuN does move out. You can see him checking for proxies, getting his CC on location. GuMiho likewise should be getting his own command center as well. But again, GuMiho has the much faster factory here, and it's going to be that much more impactful. Now, depending on the positioning here, ByuN, he might be able to delay the CC. He's going for it. GuMiho moves out. He does miss the army, and the CC is going to be delayed. Not bad. Takes down the SCV. GuMiho turns back around, trying to catch up ByuN. Who shoots first? Oh, GuMiho. Yeah, GuMiho does shoot first. Massive pickoff. Chases down ByuN. Oh, KDA charge goes up. They trade 1-to-1, and GuMiho will clean this up. A better trade for GuMiho behind this, getting a CC. The CC is going to be more delayed though, bear that in mind, but a much faster starport. Why? Faster factory. So faster factory, faster starport, faster tech here from GuMiho. GuMiho is in a stronger position, and ByuN, he has to back off. He has to back off, he has to retreat, he has lost map control. And he's hoping that he can defend that natural. With a bunker, he should be able to. GuMiho rushing in. Pokes up the ramp. Spots some Marines. Does rotate. Spots a bunker. And tank production has already begun. Again, so GuMiho, he will have the tank lead in the CVT. Actually going for a tank drop early on. Oh, very committed. I do like this though. Like GuMiho, he has an advantage, so he's pressing that advantage as much as he can. Going for the early drop. And again, it was just a really rough opener for ByuN. Not saying that this is insurmountable, but again, because of the openers, ByuN has some catching up to do. So there you go. The medevac has arrived, and GuMiho, he is boosting across the map. Let's go. Now, with his setup, we can, of course, threaten the natural, take down the bunker, and push in towards the natural base itself. We can also try to threaten the main, but there is a Viking out for ByuN. Thankfully, the Viking will help zone away the medevac. Meanwhile, GuMiho going into an add-on swap into Cloak Banshee. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. GuMiho, he's not stopping. Meanwhile, very ambitious. He's going to get within range of the tank. Oh, Barely out of range. Does a siege up behind the mineral line. Likewise, Hellion Reaper. Oh, does try to reinforce. A bit of a messy assault here from GuMiho, but he does deny mining. He denies mining. Does pick up. Does get out of there. Takes down one SCV. So no major kills, but with that denied mining time, GuMiho, he's able to take a lead himself. Freely mining back at home. He pulls away, saves the tank, saves the medevac. Does back off. ByuN does hold. Then he's holding on. Securing himself back at home. GuMiho still maintains map control. And those Banshees, they're coming. Not just one, we have a second Banshee on the way as well. I'm hoping that ByuN doesn't mule too hard as, I mean, because he just took economic damage, he is tempted to mule to catch up. So he is muling. GuMiho sneaking up on that bunker. Is within range, and the bunker is going to be fired upon. That bunker is going to go down. Nice pick off here by GuMiho. Banshee into the main base, going for the Cyclone, actually. Oh, Death and Mass Repair. There's a scan. Banshee goes down. Nice pickup. Banshee does fall. Solid defense here by ByuN. Tanks are gaining ground. They're getting within range of the CC. Oof. The CC is under fire. And ByuN, he may have to pull the boys. May just have to pull the boys here. Nice scan though, nice lock on. Second Banshee goes out. These Banshees, they have not paid for themselves. And likewise, ByuN, he's within range. Massive pickup is within range, takes down the tank. And GuMiho is falling apart here. He will lose everything. Yeah, both tanks go down, both Banshees go down, and a much stronger defense for ByuN. GuMiho, he had potential, but he threw away far too much. The Banshees were lackluster. And again, he overextended with the tanks. Did overextend, and now suddenly ByuN takes a massive supply lead. He's going for it. He does send it back at home. GuMiho has to be the defender. What do we have to defend? We have almost nothing. We have 3 tanks. We have 3 tanks, 1 Marine, 1 Viking. ByuN, he can go for it. He can go for the main. Now is his chance. Does boost in. The tanks are out of range. GG gets called, and ByuN, he takes game number 1. Whew, GG. ByuN does take a lead. Again, GuMiho had a really strong start, but as we mentioned, he committed quite hard into his early tank production and early Banshee production. He lost everything. He lost everything, and he got nothing for it. Remember, he lost 1 Banshee in the main, targeting the Cyclone. Didn't kill the Cyclone. He lost his second Banshee at the natural, targeting... Was he also targeting a Cyclone there? No, sorry. He was targeting a tank. He was targeting a tank. Didn't get the tank either. So he lost 2 Banshees. He also, of course, that was Cloak being invested into them. That was all the Star Pro production being invested into them as well. So he lost everything there. Likewise, tanks were exposed. Lost them. GG. GG, well played. Whew. And with that, ByuN takes the lead. Now we're jumping into game 2. Let's go. Jumping into game 2, jumping into Amygdala. The openers are really peculiar. I can't imagine we're going to be seeing another 2x opener out of ByuN. We'll see. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion, leading the series 1-0. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the other South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran. It is GuMiho. GuMiho down in the series, but he does move out with a very early SCV. Oh boy, let's go. Not just one, by the way. I see 1 SCV. I see a second SCV as well. 2x Reaper is on the way. Now, fun fact, if ByuN did open up 2x, if ByuN had gone for the same opener that he went for in game 1, here in game 2, again, it would be a hard counter. He would shut this down completely. But he's going double gas. Okay, still okay. So double gas opener out of ByuN, this is very safe play. In a sense, this means faster factory. More importantly, this means faster Hellion. So ByuN's win condition here to survive the early game and to survive the proxy is to buy time, retain his Reaper, and pump out that Hellion. With his Hellion combined with Reapers, combined with SCVs, he will shut this down. Meanwhile, from the side of GuMiho, it's going to be a little bit more difficult here. Potentially, he could actually get into the main in time to deny the factory. If he can deny the factory, he can win the game. Like, there is a way for him to just end it then and there. Likewise, his goal here is to get some economic damage, delay the CC. We'll see what he can get done. GuMiho does open up with the SCV scouts. So he dips in, he sees the factory is already in production, he knows. So he knows it's going to be a little bit more difficult to really have this gain much value. As the factory is on the way. And we'll see how GuMiho does bring this about. As he's waiting for his second Reaper. Factory's almost done. From here, ByuN, he would have to pull the boys. You can see he's scouting for the proxy. He's checking the more standard proxy locations. Doesn't find anything yet. Remember, ByuN, he did not SCV scout, so he doesn't know what's going on. CC on low ground. This CC can be delayed, but the factory does finish. Factory does complete. He will delay the command center. Gets one SCV. Goes up the ramp. ByuN, he shouldn't be caught out here. He does lose a Reaper, which is less than ideal, but ByuN, he punishes, takes down the Reaper, trades 1-to-1. Better trade for ByuN, and ByuN holds. ByuN, he does hold, he has his Hellion. And with that Hellion, ByuN, he should be fine. I say that, we could still try to focus it down. As GuMiho goes in. Does go into laser CC once again, going for the Hellion, takes down the Reaper. Yeah, Reaper goes down, Hellion getting very low. Oof, one more volley. It's again a very intense moment here. GuMiho, he is delaying the CC, getting his own behind this, catching up. It's catching up, and it's impressive how much damage GuMiho has done, despite the Hellions. As now ByuN, he should be secure. GuMiho going in once again. Oh, again, he wants that SCV. And he will barely get it. And nice pick off. In a head-on fight, GuMiho is going to be cleaned up. He will lose every single Reaper, but he did get the CC. We did delay the CC. As that was 3 SCV kills for 6 Reapers. With that, GuMiho, his own command center is actually on par, if not actually faster than the command center of ByuN. So faster CC. And behind this, settling into his own Cyclones. The game will continue. Okay, the game will continue, and we are meching it up here, going into Macfield accelerators. Oh boy. I mean, it is GuMiho. GuMiho is one of the few Terran players out there at this level that does embrace mech. I mean, I guess mech is more common in TvT than in other matchups. But GuMiho, he is willing to mech it up. From here, getting ready for his own Cyclone drop. Racks as they fan out like overlords. They do spot the medevac here of ByuN. Was initially spotted. Likewise, ByuN getting his 3rd CC on location. A bold move here by ByuN. Going for the CC. Likewise, ByuN dropping into the natural. Cyclones not quite in position. They do respond. And they get a couple of hits in on the medevac. No. GuMiho can attempt to chase him down. Scouts the main. Does spot Raven production alongside Interference Matrix. And GuMiho, does he find ByuN? He does! Yeah, it does find him, gets a lock on. The medevac is not going to go down. Just barely not. Nice control, saves the Cyclone. GuMiho moves in, delays the CC. Likewise, does not get the Cyclone, but does break the lock on. Breaks the lock on, hot pick. Oh no! Does pick up, does save one. Only one. But he got what he wanted. And he wants more. Oh no! Gets a medevac. Takes down the medevac as well. Nice pick offs here by GuMiho. Can he get the Raven? No shot. Sure, he'd like to. I was gonna say, it's one of these racks is GuMiho, not quite. GuMiho just confirming what's happening in the main. Once again, GuMiho going into not just Battle Mech, but into Cloak Banshee as well. Just Cloak Banshee. Once again, GuMiho, he wants to deny that CC. Ooh, takes down both Hellions. The efficiency here. Getting 2 more Marines, getting 3 Marines. Oh my god. Tank shot goes up. Cyclone from behind. The Cyclones, they're speedy boys, back. Yeah. GuMiho just being so annoying with them, getting like a Marine here and there, SCV here and there. Some key pickups. And behind this, embracing more factories, getting his own 3rd CC on location. Cloak is now done. Banshees are being activated. He's got 2 Banshees so far. Both headed towards bottom right. Cyclones towards top left. The army is splitting. Hyperflight Rotors on the way tells us that GuMiho, he intends to not stop making Banshees. He intends to commit. Making more. This is a style of battle mech that was popularized a couple of years ago. This kind of this battle mech plus Banshee style. Very active. I know that ByuN is quite fond of it. TY was fond of it before he retired. Before he did retire. This is a couple of years ago. Pretty sure we casted TY versus Maru, with TY going for this style as well. It's like, what, in like 2023 maybe? Around then. Oh. GuMiho, he's looking for a way in. So looking. Behind this now going to tank production. Again, typically when it comes to this battle mech style, you want to be eventually switching into a more tank heavy composition out of Cyclones. Our Cyclones give you map control, but back at home we need to build out that tank camp to have a more robust force. Banshees, they poke in, but there are Vikings and Ravens. The Banshees so far, they have not paid for themselves. This has not been worth it. Not yet. But thanks to the terrain, there's just so much space here that is safe against any kind of ground-based army, at least. Banshees get spotted. ByuN is hunting for them. Oh! Catching out the Banshee. Gets 1. 1 Banshee goes down. Nice pickup. Cyclones, they try to punish. They get 1 Viking. More rush getting knocked down. GuMiho is still building up that tank count. Still getting there. He's on how many? He's on 6 tanks so far. ByuN has 7. GuMiho is making 3 tanks at a time. Now going to double starport into Mass Viking. This can lead into Mass Raven or even Mass Liberator. Meanwhile, as ByuN moves out, Banshees, they move in. Oh, no turrets. Only the 1 turret. Mining is going to be denied. Cyclones, they come in and force back those Vikings. And this is getting out of hand. He does focus on the turret as well. And this base is going to crumble. ByuN is pushing in. Oh, wait, the boys. Jeez. The boys are being pulled. He's crazy. Has to back up. Nice to stable on the tanks, but he does siege up a little bit too far back. Yeah, despite the disables, they do nothing. The tanks do survive. June drop here into the main. Does go for the drop. A couple of tanks in position. Yeah, there are enough tanks. ByuN forced to pick up, dropping back over the tank line. We do get the mass repair, but all 3 tanks will go down. ByuN pushing in. At the same time, his starbase is forfeit. Yeah, starbase is forfeit. GuMiho, he has air control. has the higher Viking count. Forces back ByuN. And ByuN, sure, he denied the third, but GuMiho had a fourth. He had a fourth base. It's already fully operational. GuMiho, he has more SCVs. He's up in economy. Remember, ByuN, he lost his mineral line earlier. And Banshees, they catch him out. Ooh. Shutting down 2 more tanks. 2 more tanks go down. GuMiho is going for his own counterattack. He wants that third. And we might end up in a base trade. As the armies, they pass by each other. GuMiho, he strikes the third. ByuN, he's not coming home. He's not coming home. He's sending it. Send that baby. What can he send it to? Yeah, the CC goes down. We're coming to the base trade. Knocking down another command center. GuMiho still moving in, pushing towards the production. Likewise, so is ByuN. GuMiho back at home. Nothing here to defend. Uh-oh. There is nothing here. Oof, SCV's getting called out. Looking at the Unistab here, we do see GuMiho with a higher Viking count, so he's got more Vikings. He's got the Banshees. You know, ByuN does have the 1 Raven. As we're pushing into the main base, both players are. Yeah, we have the 1 Banshee out of, and yeah, with that GG gets called. GuMiho, he will overwhelm, and GuMiho, he will take game number 2, tying up the series 1-1. ByuN, he gets stopped here in his tracks. GuMiho goes busting into the main. And of course, GuMiho has the greater army and still has another base up and running. GG. GG. Ooh, we're going to the ace match. We're going to game 3, and we'll see how this story ends. We'll see who gets seeded directly into Group Stage 2, as we are loading into Ultra Love. Loading to Ultra Love here, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran. It is GuMiho. Let's go. Just setting up, and here we go. We're getting into our ace match, getting into game 3. Now, as a reminder, this is a seeding match, so both players are still in GSL, but one of these two can skip the first round. One of these two can skip the entire group stage 1 of GSL and go straight into group stage 2. Let's find out who it's going to be. Let's go. As, oh my god, not for the first time in this series, we have ByuN opening up 2 racks. Oh boy, he is so paranoid. Okay. So 2 racks open at ByuN. I mean, I guess I don't blame him, because GuMiho did proxy last game, and GuMiho's proxy was, I mean, quite impactful. It was quite successful, I would say, his 2x Reaper. But would GuMiho 2x Reaper 2 games in a row? ByuN believes so. Now, we've been in this position before. Just like game 1, ByuN is going for his 2-rank Reaper opener back at home. This is designed to hard counter a proxy, but there is no proxy. And GuMiho is opening up double gas into a faster factory. So just like game 1, I would say that GuMiho has the potential for a stronger start to the game. But in game 1, even though GuMiho had a stronger start, if you remember, he kind of fumbled the mid-game, or he fumbled the transition. As he doubled down, he committed into a tank drop, and he committed into Cloak Banshees, and the Cloak Banshees, they did not pay for themselves. They got literally 0 damage. I guess they forced some repairs out of SCVs. But the Banshees got shut down, and the tanks did overextend, and everything crumbled around GuMiho. But that was still off of a better start. So we'll see if GuMiho can replicate the success of game 1. At least of the early game. Reaper moves in. This is risky here from GuMiho, by the way, as he's up against 2 Reapers of his opponent. CC is delayed. ByuN trying to cut him off. Uh-oh. Does attempt to cut him off. Heading on over. GuMiho, he has to get the hell out of here. And he gets caught out. Yeah, massive catch. The Reaper is gonna fall. At least it should. Does go for the KDA charge. GuMiho does have some moves, but he's gonna be overwhelmed. That is 1 Reaper falling. That is 1 less Reaper to defend back at home. We need that Hellion. 1 Hellion is not good enough. ByuN is coming. Does rally across the map, but GuMiho, he bypasses the main army, going for the CC once again, looking for the delay. Hellion gets a first shot, but the Hellion has to kite back, and no kiting. Yeah, late reaction out of GuMiho. The Hellion goes down, SCV as well. And GuMiho is in trouble here. Kiting back. Toys are being pulled. And GuMiho, he will hold, but he's losing so much more across the map. But it looks like he will delay the CC. True. Does delay the command center. Likewise shuts down both Reapers. Clutch Marauder. And the game is settling down. Now, as the game settles here, once again, we do have GuMiho with a much faster factory, and as a result, a much faster starport. So his tech is faster from the side of GuMiho. From the side of ByuN, later factory, later starport. We have concussive shell on the way. Okay, that I was not expecting. Concussive shell Marauders, they can punish Hellions early on. They can punish Reapers, clearly. They can even look to punish Cyclones, and we're going for an early medevac. So it's going to be a Marauder drop early on with some Hellion support. This is a very quirky build out of GuMiho, but there's potential. There is potential here. We'll see what he can pull off. As you see, GuMiho load up. Again, 3 Marauders in the medevac. We have 2 Hellions on the ground. And we'll see what we go for. Like, potential targets would be the Cyclone. But if the Marines were on the low ground, if the Cyclone was on its own, then there was potential there. But now that there's Cyclone support... Oh. The drops, they do pass by each other. Marauder does unload. They do hold their own. Hellion support coming in as well. Oh, as one Marauder goes down, bit of miscontrol. Some miscontrol there from GuMiho. Bleeds out of Marauder. ByuN moving out. And so far, these Marauders, it was a risky maneuver here, but no, it doesn't quite pay for itself. So not as worth it. As GuMiho pulls back, behind this, going into his own 3-1-1 setup, going into ByuN tank. No mech, not this time. Out of GuMiho. Likewise, ByuN, he does pull away. Does pull back. From here, see where we head. Oh, rotating into the main. Does look to rotate, and we'll see if he can find a way in here. So far, GuMiho is keeping up. We have a 3rd CC on the way for ByuN. Going for a 3rd CC, dropping into the mineral line. GuMiho out of position. Not quite able to keep up, but we don't really get any SCV kills. GuMiho holds. Does hold, does defend. Behind this, just building up more ByuN, building up more tanks, working towards +1, working towards stim, combat shields. It's going to be later upgrades for ByuN, and GuMiho, he is going for a CC on location. So we're building up towards the mid game. No one's going for an all-in, not this time. There we go. ByuN is going to be slipping in. At least looking to. Unloading here outside of the CC. Going for a double-pronged attack. Double drop on the right, single drop towards the left. Scan into the main, gets eyes on the production. And ByuN, he does get caught out. Likewise, headed towards the base, but the tank is in position. GuMiho is holding. ByuN, he backs the hell off. It's like, you know what? You're good. You know, I'm good. I'll back off, let you do you. Pull away. When it comes to our setup here, so far, ByuN, he does have a tank lead. He's got 5 tanks compared to his opponents. Likewise, has a medevac lead as well. And what does GuMiho have? GuMiho has more Vikings. So the Viking count is in favor of GuMiho. Likewise, I believe the upgrades, yep, also in favor of GuMiho as well. Slightly, as GuMiho is getting 1 upgrade at a time, meanwhile ByuN getting 2. So ByuN, he will catch up in upgrades. I do favor ByuN's position here overall, but I say that he will lose a full medevac. ByuN, por favor. Full medevac goes down. Again, the higher Viking count here is so far paying off for GuMiho. Air control is paramount in TvT, and it allows you to do this, allows you to get into Liberators. Here we go, 2 Liberators being built at a time. Liberation is on the way. Very often TvT does boil down to who has that air control. And so far GuMiho does. And we'll see if the Liberators join the main army if they just go to harass. Let's GuMiho is moving in. ByuN trying to keep up. There's a scan, does spot ByuN. GuMiho looking to sleep on the army. Looking to sneak up. Scans ahead of time. ByuN not quite in position. GuMiho moving in towards that mineral line. And will take down the first tank. And ByuN is going for the counterattack. He just ignores the army. He just sends it right down mid. He's going straight for the natural with his bunker. There's a tank. Ooh, yeah, GuMiho, he's ready. He's ready at the natural. Does punish. Does defend. At the same time, ByuN takes down the lib. Takes down the Liberator. GuMiho, he races back home and he will deal with this. He will shut this down. At least it looks to. ByuN gets away. The tanks were left behind. A very chaotic moment here. But GuMiho, he holds back at home and now he can reinforce this army. He's going to keep on going. Does keep pushing. ByuN, he evacuates. He evacuates the mineral line. ByuN potentially setting up a surround. As GuMiho, he's boosting in. I mean, the tanks are on their own. Yeah, tanks are exposed, and he will get a handful of them. There we go, 1, 2 tanks going down. He stems in. Oh, gets punished. GuMiho, big overextension. He has to back off. He has to pull away. Both players trading. Oh, GuMiho rallying into the army. Rough losses there for GuMiho. Behind this, getting a 4th CC. Once again, GuMiho is tempted to boost. Oh, a dusty opportunity. Once again, the tanks together throw their own. Yeah, ByuN out of position. Tanks, they're gonna go down. GuMiho gets 1. Gets 1 tank, barely gets away. And you can see the urge of ByuN where he just wants to attack. Like, he just wants to go across the map, and every time he tries to, he gets punished. He just wants to send it. There's GuMiho within range of the CC. Likewise, GuMiho is maxing out. Most of his army is still across the map, though. He's now moving in. ByuN trying to set up his own surround. Now, who catches who? Yeah, a bit of an awkward engage. 1 tank goes down from GuMiho. ByuN, decent catch, going for another tank. He gets 1, he gets 3. 3 tanks go down, but he'll bleed his own out as well. Yeah, trades out 3 for 3. The tank kind of gets reset. ByuN looking for another. Oh god, but he gets surrounded. ByuN bleeding out so much supply here. He has to get the hell out of here. Does boost away. And the CC is still under fire. ByuN pulls away. GuMiho able to reinforce. There's only 2 tanks. At this point, GuMiho, he can just stim. Yeah, at this point, he can just stim in. Oh! Getting caught out, though. Yeah, both players, they trade up their tanks. 2 tanks go down for ByuN, 2 tanks for GuMiho. But GuMiho, he still has that siege line. And ByuN, once again, he just moves out across the map. This time he gets across. He will take down the CC. GuMiho out of position. Not bad. Command center goes down. And GuMiho is still not gaining any ground here. That's a lot of Marines for ByuN. And from here, ByuN can go for bottom right. That is not a planetary. So ByuN takes down the 3rd and also taking down the 4th. As another CC goes down. And there's no escape here for GuMiho. GuMiho getting supply blocked. Losing more SCVs. And yes, he did deny the 3rd base, but ByuN, he had a 4th base fully operational, fully up and running. GuMiho, he lifts up his main to land. GuMiho getting desperate. Oh no, the SCVs. Ah, they couldn't get out. That was 23 SCVs in total. And ByuN looking solid. Does take a supply lead. There was some strong moments for GuMiho, but as we saw, all it took was one moment where there was an opening, where there was nothing at home, and ByuN, he just sent it across the map. GuMiho, he didn't respect the ByuN dive. Speaking of, ByuN coming from behind, getting ready for a surround. Or at least trying to flank the army. And he does chase GuMiho down. GuMiho is in a world of hurt here. He's down in bases, down in economy, down in army. Down in everything. ByuN even has 3-3. And again, GuMiho, he was playing this out well. Like, he had a solid position. He was punishing ByuN. He was taking down tanks, denying mining, getting his own 4th. Things looking good until GuMiho reinforced his army, right? Like, when he moved out with everything that he had back at home, it meant he was vulnerable. And ByuN, he just pounced. He went for the opportunity. Or I should say he saw it. Did take it. And now ByuN is maxed. Now it's still a very marine heavy composition, but he sims in, he takes out the tank line. The Liberators as well, brutal pickups. Very efficient trades here for ByuN. Trading minerals for gas. And again, this is where ByuN thrives in TvT. Like, a lot of players, they resort to bio tank with Viking, but ByuN, he just makes medevacs and makes more Marines. Just more Marine, more man with gun. But this style can be abused, for sure, but I mean, as we saw, like, GuMiho, he did have some good responses early on. As he just kept supply back at home, but once he committed, that's when ByuN can thrive. ByuN once again, he sneaks out across the map. This time there's a tank in the natural. This time, GuMiho defends. Okay. GuMiho is catching up in supply. He's still down in base, still down in economy. But army-wise, he's keeping up. He's holding on. Armies are comparable with each other. Comparable. ByuN once again looking for an opening. GuMiho does stim in. I mean, this is everything that GuMiho has. He's just sending everything down the center. Going for one big breakout push. Pushing into tanks though. ByuN does stop him. GuMiho, he will at least delay the CC, but this base doesn't really matter as much for ByuN. That's a kill, not a cancel. ByuN going for top left as well. Oh, ByuN overextends. GuMiho at this point, it's almost on a one base economy. It's all or nothing for GuMiho. If he can bait ByuN in, then he can still win a fight. GuMiho slightly ahead in tanks. And there we go, does go with the stim, gets a tank. First one goes down, and he should get the second. And takes down the second tank, he breaks the expansion. Yeah, it does overwhelm. Nice concave, nice setup there from GuMiho. Now moving in. Now what's important is that ByuN can afford these losses and GuMiho cannot. So GuMiho has to keep going. He has to keep pushing. Gets another tank. Takes down another. Oof. This time he gets punished though. Yeah, that tank on the high ground is brutal. 17 kills. Does finally go down. 17 kills on that one tank. Last ByuN, he's still on 4 bases, still mining. GuMiho is getting his own backup 4th base on location. I'll be honest, I would have assumed he would have landed or floated over his natural. Oh, does catch a couple of Vikings. Decent pick off there by GuMiho. Takes down some Vikings. Oh, pushing to tank fire though. Rougher trade for the blue Terran. GuMiho peels off a couple of units. Top left is a planetary, so not going to be easy to break. So far, impressive play here by GuMiho. Despite being down 2 bases, like he's holding his own. And now he's just catching up in bases. Catching up in economy. ByuN, he does skirt around the edge. He's going for one of the expansions here. One of the most important mining bases for GuMiho. The CC does go down the mineral line as well. Ay, ay, ay. The reinforcements, the rally. Ay, ay, ay. At the same time, GuMiho going for the mineral line as well. Oh, ByuN gets surrounded. And ByuN, he will lose everything here. The Marines, they plummet. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, brutal surround. And was that worth it? I mean, GuMiho, he's down to 28 SCVs. Liberation has arrived. He punishes the tanks. Does have the Liberators. ByuN, he's likewise also contained to a 1 base economy, to half a base economy. GuMiho, he has more mining. He has a fresh mining base. ByuN does not. Uh-oh. ByuN floating over his main, getting desperate. GuMiho's been there. Floats over the main base. Again, the one big advantage here of ByuN are his Liberators, is his air control. Likewise, ByuN, he does get top left back up and running. GuMiho, he stims in. Oh, within range of the tank though. Oh god. Yeah, that one tank popping off. Taking down so many Marines. That was a rough trade for GuMiho. Down to 1 medevac. Down to 1. And now it's going to be the final fight for GuMiho as he kind of replaces. The tanks are going down. The Marines as well. Vikings, they up to land. And the final tank falls. GuMiho, this was his army. He's down to this. He's down to... he's got some medevacs. He's got some Marines. He's down to 1 tank. 1 tank remaining. And again, it was impressive just how far GuMiho was able to take this, despite being pretty far behind economically. But he clawed his way back in. But it's still not enough. Not like this. Sims on forward within tank range, within Liberator range as well. GuMiho going for the CC. Nice hold position micro with the Marines. It does micro well for himself, bleeds out the medevac. Oh god, Sims in, GG gets called, he runs out of steam, and ByuN will take the series 2-1, being seeded directly into Group Stage 2. GG. Whew. GG, well played. ByuN, he will claim the series. A very intense back and forth, and again, impressive play there by GuMiho. Even though GuMiho was in a very rough position, he was down a base, down in economy, down in army, down in upgrades as well. Despite that, he actually made it quite close towards the end, denying bases, taking some better fights. GG. GG, well played. With that, congratulations here to ByuN. And it's a little bit bittersweet because on the one hand, ByuN, hey, he's seeded directly into Group Stage 2. That also means we get to see less ByuN in GSL. So we're going to be featuring him a little bit less in GSL, unfortunately, but, you know, now he's able to secure himself further along in the tournament, so GG, well played. Meanwhile, GuMiho, he's still in GSL, but he'll have to play things out through the initial group stage tomorrow. GG. GG, well played. With that, we still have some more matches up ahead of us here. I mean, I say that, I'm getting ahead of myself, as we actually have another TvT. Oh boy. Here we go. As we do catch up on our matches here tonight. As you can see, we just wrapped up our initial 3 best-of-3s, and up next we have another seeding match. GuMiho, he gets knocked down to the lower bracket to face off against Maru in another Terran versus Terran. I'm assuming this is TvT. I know that Maru, he has played around with Protoss at times. I'm assuming that won't be the case here, but I have been wrong before. Yeah, it's Terran, it's Terran. Thank God. I wasn't too sure initially. But yeah, so Maru versus GuMiho is going to be coming up next for another seeding match. As a reminder, these are seeding matches. They're both still in GSL. Likewise, after that, we have Hero versus Classic, and then we have the loser of that series up against Rainer as well. So we have 3 best-of-3s remaining here. We are halfway through the broadcast. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. Take this time to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, drain your disruptors, massage your marines, and hydrate all of your hydras. When we come back, we'll have some more Terran versus Terran. See you soon after the break. See you soon. See you soon.